You know, it's almost like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go. This is just very freaking thick plastic. Oh yeah, this is really thick plastic. We're using around it. Making it all special. Wrapping it up for the wicked. Yeah. Okay, so let's check out the inside because I am really curious. Because on the box it looks cool. We have two colors. I got myself the green looking one. I was like, ooh, green, I like it. The pink, yeah. And it looks very fancy on the packaging, and that is also in real life. And man, this thing is kind of cool looking. Ooh. It also has a very nice weight to it, due of course the big battery. And what is interesting that it even comes with a cable. Is this not for the freaking iPhones? Oh, by the way, I am not an iPhone user at all. I think my last iPhone was a third model, third generation. And I always went for the Android, but it's kind of cool that they implemented the cable like this. And yeah, it's kind of strange. But underneath, then we're having the Type-C, the micro USB, a normal USB, an audio jack out, and even a tiny button. They can check how full it is. It comes with a freaking display. That's kind of cool, to be honest. And this interesting choice that they're putting a cable at the side, but when you're holding it, you don't really feel it, so that's not annoying. Then the D-pad and... This is bad. Yeah, seriously, like, it's like super, like having a lot of resistance and even different, like putting it right or left. Oh man. And having a similar joystick like the Nintendo Switch beside having the click, the ABXY buttons, and these are, okay, the ABLR, XY, HY, what? Okay, that's completely messed up. But the feel of it, it's kinda okay. Then a select start and the reset button. The screen protector can be removed now. It is very glossy, but it is very hard material. The on and off switch over here where we can turn it on. And there we go. The display, let's shut down the freaking, let's put everything on very dark to give you an idea how this thing looks, but it is not bad at all. It's still not an IPS panel, but the viewing angle is quite nice. Didn't implement the SD card, and this is what we're getting. It's absolutely like laughable. Oh man, this D-pad is so horrible. Oh man, it's really horrible. Let's see if we can change anything out. We're not going to mess around with the settings too much. That's the thing that we need to reset. It's kind of interesting. Reset is basically the back button. Okay, so I'm guessing they were maybe using this also for a different thing. But okay, so let's go on with the show and let's check out what we're getting more. So the SD card needs to be put in at the top. Physical volume control. And what is also cool, we're not only having a special pin for iPhone, we're also having a pin for, there we go. There we go. For the mobile phones. So it's kind of cool. It's also kind of having a newer generation of, let's say, charger compatibility. So that's the idea. You can just have multiple ways you can just basically approach this thing and charge your device. So next up, let's get these, like I said, I'm going to corrupt myself SD cards. We should call it like that. I'm going to corrupt myself SD cards. Crap, I need to press A. Product information. That's actually the information of the SD card, factory reset, and the output. The output needs to be set every single time manually, otherwise it's not going to be working at all. Next up, let's take a closer to reset, and then we're going to get back to the main menu. Everything is in English now, so that is absolutely great. The thumbnail situation, you cannot change these things out. There's no way of getting into another page, nothing at all. But the support for different emulators, NES, Mega Drive, MAME, or Arcade, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Classic, and etc. So it's similar to all the other stuff that we have seen before. But let's start just with the NES and let's move on and let's see how this all looks. There's nothing special, just a list. And even in, oh man, they are adding like different kind of file systems. But you can just basically add new games to them if you go to put SD card in your computer. Just want to clear about that. But let's try a couple of games. So let's start with some Pro RCM, and this is absolutely an epic game. Wow. Speaker's pretty damn loud, but it sounds so weird. Or is it me? We're going to use the analog stick because the D-pad is absolutely unplayable on this thing. Oh crap. But you can just hear the audio stuttering all the time. This is absolutely not the way how you should enjoy this old school game. But where I have no idea that the speed of the game is like it's supposed to be. You know where I'm just a big fan of the D-pad. Not only for nostalgia regions, but also when it comes to just the functionality. Oh no, he's going to... No, oh, ah. Whoa. Ah, okay, that sounds absolutely messed up. Pressing reset will give you the option to make a quick load and quick save. It's kind of cool that they implemented this. There is no like slot, so you have only one for each single game. But let's take a close look at some Mega Drive. I was really curious how this actually is going to be playing. Oh crap, I completely messed it up. Let's continue. The audio sounds kind of messed up in my opinion, but how do I reload it? This is not the way how you want to actually enjoy some Lethal Enforcers 2. I can still remember back in the day that I had Lethal Enforcers 1 on the Mega Drive here, and it was so messed up. I never got the light gun working, but yeah. But you can hear that the same issue continues with this particular system too. The sound is kind of weird sounding. Okay, so let's get into some main games. Of course, we're going to check out one of my favorite games, simply because I can just dream the soundtrack and the way how it looks. I do find the overall experience okay. I didn't notice the beginning intro was stuttering a little bit, but besides that, let's lower the audio a little bit more so. Oh yeah, that's much better. But give you an idea how the D-pad works, you need to press it really hard. So this is not the way how you want to experience. I did notice some screen tearing of the game, but it seems to be that the main emulation is pretty good on this thing. And that's a surprise, absolutely a huge surprise. It's a shame about the screen tearing. Next up, Neo Geo. But the audio already sounds kind of messed up. It sounds completely speed up. Screen tearing. Yeah. No, this is not the way how you want to experience some Neo Geo on the go. I find a little bit of bummer because when you're looking at this particular product, the display looks great, the D-pad is awful, the analog stick is okay, but oh man, holy crap, it's so much screen tearing going on this. Oh, that sound. Oh. But now after playing for some time, I've noticed that there is even some white dot underneath. I don't know what's going on, but that is not a good sign. Let's move on to the Game Boy Classic. And man, those two white dots are freaking annoying in my opinion. Let's give this D-pad another try. I can actually play some games. Oh! So man, I was getting freaking ganged by all those guys. But so far I can hear, the audio seems to be working just fine. Yeah, no problem whatsoever, so the overall emulation performance of that is just fine. Appointment, because when you're going to be plugging in, it doesn't do anything. And that's like the old school first generation of handhelds that are reviewed here on the channel. What you need to do is going to the different region you're having, what kind of display at least like supports it, pressing A, and here it will give you the option to switch from the LCD to this. But it doesn't work because Wicked had a brain fart, didn't put it on the AV. But I just want to give you an idea how it actually looks. It does have the original aspect ratio, so that's kind of cool in my opinion. So we can just use this thing and play some games. That's cool. But one thing I've noticed that the AV out signal and the quality is really bad when it comes to this. So also this is not going to be a super pleasant overall experience. I just want to randomly try out a game, and this is going to be a Game Boy Advance game. The stuff that we just tried out with Sonic, it was absolutely garbage. It's really cool that we do have the option to use a game system like this. It's an extra because a lot of these devices I find in my local store doesn't even have a TV out most of the time. But yeah, is this really the experience you want to have with bad emulation? I think not. But how about the charging? So you can use the USB port to micro USB in my case. Don't have a Type-C on this older phone, I just want to give you an example how it works. When you're going to be plugging it in, it automatically indicates how basically like full the battery is, and it will start charging my phone. So it's kind of deluxe in my opinion. We can use the USB over here, we can use the ones at the side. I think the ones at the side are even the most interesting ones. I've never seen something like this before. So when you're looking at this overall, let's say, quality and what you can do with it, yeah.